You know how sometimes the most important decision you make isn't the big obvious one, the one that screams for attention, but it's actually something quieter,
Yeah.
foundational.
Yeah, underlying everything else.
Exactly. We often fixate on the grand goal, like the great hunting lease, which is a perfect example from the article we're diving into today. We chase that prime location, the perfect opportunity.
Right, the tangible asset.
But what about that equally critical element, the one we often overlook, that can truly make or break the whole
The
thing?
human element.
Precisely. Today we're taking a deep dive into an article that makes this really powerful case. Choosing a great hunting partner is as important as choosing a great hunting lease.
It's a fascinating argument.
It is. It's a compelling look at the subtle yet profound dynamics of partnership, accountability, shared goals, all framed through the lens of trophy hunting.
Which is that very specific, focused pursuit, right? Aiming for a particular mature animal, ethically.
Exactly. Often prized for its size or unique characteristics, it adds a layer of intensity.
Well, our mission here in this deep dive is really to unearth those universal truths about what makes partnerships work or not work.
Yeah.
We want to pull out some surprising insights, maybe some practical takeaways that go way beyond the woods. We'll show how the right collaborator, or frankly the wrong one, can seriously impact any pursuit you undertake.
From business to just planning a trip.
Absolutely. And our foundation for this chat comes from a really insightful piece. It's called Choosing a Great Hunting Partner is as Important as Choosing a Great Hunting Lease, written by Laura Herboltheimer for Basecamp Leasing.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Herboltheimer starts off making a pretty bold claim, like right out of the gate.
She does.
Your hunting partner, good or bad, will usually determine whether you will be a successful trophy hunter or not, period.
Wow. That's putting a lot of weight on the relationship.
It really is. It's not just about securing that perfect spot, the lease itself, but about who you actually bring with you into that environment.
And what's immediately fascinating there is the direct links she draws. It's almost cause and effect, isn't it? Partner quality leads directly to trophy hunting success.
Right.
The article even points out, and this is interesting, that many experienced trophy hunters actually choose to hunt alone.
Yeah, I saw that. Why is that?
Well, a few reasons. It gives them total control, no restrictions. They can keep their best spots completely to themselves.
Makes sense.
And crucially, they leave half as much scent on the ground as two people would.
And scent. I mean, for those who don't hunt, that might sound minor, but it's huge, right?
Oh, absolutely massive, especially with wary, mature animals. Even a faint human scent drift can clear an area for hours, maybe days. It just ruins all the planning.
So going solo is about minimizing variables, maximizing those odds. It's almost scientific.
It really is a very practical approach.
Okay, so minimizing any factor that could alert the target. That makes perfect sense. But the article doesn't just push for solo trips. It also warns against, well, too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak.
Right, the other end of the spectrum.
It states, to have 3 or more hunting partners is probably not a good idea either, particularly in small, highly pressured areas.
Because why?
Because it dramatically lowers the odds of taking home a monster buck, which again is the specific goal in trophy hunting, that particularly large, mature animal.
So there's a paradox there. We often think more hands, lighter work. But here, more people can actually dilute the focus or just create too much disturbance, friction.
Yeah, exactly. It highlights that maybe collaboration isn't always the best strategy, or at least not large-scale collaboration.
It immediately makes you think about the optimal team size for any kind of specialized high-stakes job, doesn't it?
It does. Like what?
Well, think about a surgical team or maybe a specialized unit working on a really complex engineering problem. Too many people, especially if they aren't perfectly coordinated, can increase risk.
Communication breakdowns.
Exactly. Or it just makes it harder to maintain the precision you need for that difficult, very specific goal.
So the insight is that effectiveness isn't just about pooling resources. It's about synchronized, focused effort.
Right. And sometimes that means a smaller, super efficient unit, or maybe even going solo for that ultimate control. It's about knowing when quantity actually becomes a liability.
Okay, that's a really key point. So if the size and the makeup of your team are so critical, what are the specific things that make a partnership go wrong?
The red flags.
Yeah. The article gives some incredibly vivid examples of what makes a bad or indifferent hunting partner. Some are almost funny.
They are quite descriptive.
But then, as the article says, here's where it gets really interesting.
Right.
Because you realize these aren't just about hunting. they represent deeper issues, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
These traits are universally recognizable, unfortunately. Herboldheimer is very direct. First up, lack of punctuality and preparation.
The lead comer.
Yeah. The person who does not show up on time in the morning or is not ready and waiting for you when you pick them up, or the one who constantly oversleeps or makes you run late getting to your stand past morning light. And that phrase, past morning light, that's critical in hunting.
Prime time.
Exactly. Dawn is often the peak activity time for animals. Missing that window because someone's late, you've basically missed the best opportunity of the day.
And the article pulls no punches. It says their interests and hobbies should be reevaluated.
Huh. Yeah, it's pretty blunt. But it's not just about being a little late. It signals a fundamental disrespect for the shared commitment, for the plan, and for the critical timing needed.
I can totally see that. Think about a crucial client meeting. If your partner strolls in late, unprepared.
The whole thing is undermined. Trust starts to go right then and there.
Absolutely. It's not just the delay, it's the message it sends about their commitment level. Okay, what else?
Then there's carelessness and lack of situational awareness.
The classic example she uses is great. Someone who can slam the truck door like they're running into Casey's for a mint due and a sausage biscuit.
Haha. Yeah, for anyone unfamiliar, Casey's is a busy convenience store chain. That image just perfectly captures a total lack of awareness for the need for stealth.
It does. That loud bang.
Yeah.
It immediately alerts every animal for miles, probably. And it just shatters that potential stealthy frame of mind you need.
Exactly. That jarring noise, that casual, almost oblivious approach, it's the complete opposite of the quiet focus required.
And it's not just the truck door, is it?
No, the article is clear. It applies to the back door, the tailgate, and any bowgun closed cases. Every sound, every movement matters.
And it links to preparation too, right? The frustration of the guy who has to open and shut the door 10 times because he forgot all his gear in the truck.
Oh, that drives people crazy. It's not just annoying, it actively sabotages the whole operation before you even start. Wasting precious time, compromising the stealth.
Like a musician forgetting their instrument backstage and running back and forth.
Perfect analogy. It breaks the flow, frustrates everyone, impacts the performance. It's not malicious, usually, but it shows a lack of respect for the shared goal in the process.
Okay, so punctuality, awareness. What's next on the bad partner list?
A big one. Unequal work ethic and initiative.
The partner where you feel like you're always doing all of the work for both of you.
Yep. Or the one who points out problems but never lifts a finger. They'll say things like, that stand needs to be moved 20 yards, or there are no good shooting lanes cut, or maybe the camera on the point is out of batteries.
And the article's response is just do it.
Exactly. Move it, cut some, put new batteries in it. It stresses finding a partner who is proactive to keep the hunting property in fully working order.
So it's not about being perfect, but about actively contributing, taking initiative.
Precisely, because in hunting, these aren't minor chores. They directly impact success. A poorly placed stand, blocked shooting lanes, missed opportunities, a dead trail camera, zero intel on animal movement.
And if one person consistently ducks these tasks,
the other person carries a double load. That leads to burnout, resentment. It's unsustainable. You see this in work teams all the time, right? The person who identifies problems but never offers solutions.
absolutely. Drains morale, slows everything down. Okay, what about attitude?
That's covered too. Negative attitude and competitiveness.
Right, someone who's always in a negative mood, doesn't push you in a positive way, or worse, makes hunting a competition out of who gets the biggest buck, who takes an animal first.
Yeah, that totally poisons the well. The article emphasizes that spending time outdoors should be appealing and peaceful as possible. A partner should enhance that, not detract from it.
That internal competition seems so counterproductive.
It really is, especially in something that should be collaborative. Instead of celebrating shared success, it breeds jealousy, undermines trust.
You see that in sales teams sometimes, maybe, where internal rivalry hurts the whole group.
Exactly. People might sabotage each other or withhold information for a small personal win, but the team loses overall.
Which leads right into the next point you mentioned, hoarding information.
Yes, keeping intel to themselves, from trail cameras or direct sightings. The article is blunt. Holding intel back will only hurt both of you.
Makes perfect sense. In any collaboration, withholding key data is just a recipe for failure, whether it's trail cam photos or market research data.
It is. In a real partnership, information should be a shared resource, something that lifts everyone's chances. Hoarding it shows a fundamental lack of trust, a selfish focus.
Yeah.
It goes against the whole spirit of working together.
If you're building something together, a business, a project, a hunting strategy, you need that open communication.
Without it, you're basically flying blind, individually and as a team.
So, stepping back from just hunting,
Hmm.
what does this all boil down to? These aren't just minor annoyances, are they?
Not at all.
These are fundamental character issues. They erode trust, kill effectiveness, and ultimately, they can undermine success in pretty much any shared activity.
You could be launching a startup, planning a big event, even just building a strong family dynamic. These same behaviors can absolutely sink the ship. And when you break down these traits, the lack of punctuality, the carelessness, the unequal effort, the negativity, the info hoarding, it's clear they point to something deeper than just frustration. They erode the very foundation.
Okay, but the article goes even deeper, right?
Yeah.
Beyond just these behavioral issues.
It does. It tackles something even more fundamental, something that underpins the whole structure of a successful partnership, especially in high-stakes situations. It's the critical idea of lack of ethics.
Which goes beyond just following the rules.
Exactly. This isn't just about legality, about what the game laws say. It's about preserving the very opportunity to hunt and, importantly, maintaining public perception and goodwill. It's a much broader responsibility.
That distinction feels really important. The article draws a very clear line. While hunting laws preserve wildlife, ethics preserve the hunter's opportunity to hunt.
That's a great quote. Laws tell you what you can't do, often with penalties. Ethics guide what you should do.
And that influences how people see you, how the community sees hunters, and what opportunities stay open long term.
Precisely. Ethics, as the article puts it, generally cover behavior that has to do with issues of fairness, respect, and responsibility not covered by laws.
What are some examples?
Well, being rude to a landowner isn't illegal, but it's unethical and can lose access for everyone. Forgetting to close a pasture gate, careless, unethical, potentially harmful to livestock.
Right.
And a big one, relating directly to the hunt itself, taking a shot at an animal beyond a hunter's effective range for a clean kill.
Meaning a shot you might not be able to make accurately.
Exactly. A risky shot that might wound the animal, cause unnecessary suffering, and potentially lead to it not being recovered. An ethical hunter, the article states, would pass on that shot. They prioritize a clean, quick kill.
That's a powerful point. It's about self-restraint, isn't it? Respect for the animal, respect for the hunt, and consideration for the wider image of hunting.
Yes, and it makes you wonder.
Yeah.
How often in our own partnerships, professional or personal, do we really think about the ethics beyond just strict legality? The things that protect the group's reputation, or preserve the long-term opportunity for everyone, or just ensure we're acting responsibly towards those affected by what we do.
It's about thinking beyond just me and considering the ripple effect of my choices.
Yeah.
That silent social contract.
Exactly that. That understanding that our actions, even if technically legal, can have far-reaching consequences. Ethical behavior builds that foundation of trust and respect that allows any partnership or community to really thrive.
Okay, so we've thoroughly covered the red flags and the importance of ethics. Let's flip it. What does a great hunting partner actually do for you?
Ah, the positive side.
Yeah. The article paints a very clear picture of what makes someone a truly invaluable ally. It's not just liking the same things, is it?
No, it's much deeper. It's about shared commitment, shared values, and a character that actually elevates everyone involved.
So what are those positive traits?
Well, first off, a great partner is supportive and reliable. They'll always make sure you get up in time in the early hours because they understand how crucial that timing is.
Back to punctuality.
Right.
But from the positive angle.
Exactly. And they always share in all of the tasks. There's that balanced work ethic. Again, it's fundamental teamwork, knowing you can count on them literally and figuratively.
Okay, reliable, shares the load. What else?
They are growth-oriented, always willing to learn, and is always willing to try something new.
Oh, that's interesting. Why is that important?
Because conditions change, whether it's weather patterns, animal behavior, or new technology. Being open to learning and adapting is essential for long-term success in hunting, or really any field.
That makes sense, like having a co-pilot who's invested and not afraid to suggest a new approach if things aren't working.
Precisely. And crucially, a great partner is mutual success-driven. This is huge.
What does that mean exactly?
It means They will work as hard trying to get you your buck as they do trying to get their own.
Wow, so it's not competition.
No, it's shared ambition, a genuine desire for the other person's success as much as their own. That builds incredible trust and synergy.
Synergy. How does that play out?
Well, the article says if you hunt together, you'll feel not afraid if they sit in one of your best stands. Why? Because you trust them. You know they will be as careful as yourself, and the deer will not know they were even there.
That level of trust is amazing.
It is. And the article highlights this dynamic. You will both feed off each other, and even though you think the same, you both will have different ideas on how to handle each situation.
Okay, unpack that. You think the same, but have different ideas.
It means you share the core values, the same goals, the same level of commitment and care, but maybe you approach problem solving differently. Your different perspectives actually strengthen the collective strategy.
That's a really profound idea. It's not just about being clones of each other.
Not at all. It's about enhancing each other's vision because you trust their judgment even when it differs slightly from yours.
Okay, that's powerful.
And here's another interesting angle on great partnerships: flexible collaboration.
Meaning?
The article notes that being great partners doesn't necessarily mean you have to hunt the same properties all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It suggests they can help you set up your properties, and you can help them do the same. Then, when it is time to hunt, you both can go your separate ways.
So you support each other operationally, but hunt independently.
Exactly. At the end of each hunt, you can compare notes and give each other ideas. It's a really strong model for indirect collaboration. Partnership isn't always about being physically side by side.
That's a fantastic point. It's about that shared investment, the mutual support, the knowledge exchange, even if you're pursuing parallel goals.
Think of maybe two entrepreneurs who mentor each other. They run separate businesses, but they share insights, cheer each other on.
Yeah, they have each other's back. That partner who genuinely wants you to succeed, whether you're right there with them or miles away. It really comes down to shared values, trust, mutual respect.
Those are the absolute cornerstones in hunting, in business, in life.
So the article gives some pretty direct advice if you realize your current partnership isn't meeting these standards, doesn't it?
It does. It's quite blunt, actually. Do not settle for second best, as you will always be disappointed.
Ouch. But probably true.
And if you need to make a change, it says, do not feel guilty if you tell your present hunting partner that you are no longer going to hunt with them. It frames it as necessary. This is for the best if you truly want to hunt mature bucks.
It's a reminder that sometimes, even if it's uncomfortable, letting go of a partnership that isn't working is essential for your own progress.
It's about having the courage to align your actions, your collaborations with your actual goals and aspirations.
And it really frames finding the right partner as this incredibly high-stakes decision. It says it is as hard to find a good hunting partner as it is to find good hunting property.
Think about that comparison. Finding good land is tough, requires effort, investment. The article says finding the right person is just as challenging and just as crucial.
So it's not just a casual preference. It's a strategic, foundational choice for success. Your partner choice can literally determine your outcome.
Doubling your odds, potentially, or drastically diminishing them. And this principle, it just applies so broadly, doesn't it?
Absolutely. To any personal or professional venture where your success is tied to someone else's input and character.
Raising your standards for who you collaborate with, it's not just about feeling good or avoiding frustration. It's about actually achieving your goals.
It's about recognizing that some relationships may be comfortable ones, might not actually be serving your highest aims. And making that tough choice can unlock much greater potential.
Yeah. A difficult but necessary evaluation sometimes.
Well, this deep dive has really driven home the point, hasn't it? Whether you're after a trophy buck or chasing any ambitious goal in life, the person or people you choose to share that journey with, they can be just as critical as the resources, the location, the opportunity itself.
It's so much more than just having company. It's about alignment, integrity, that shared commitment, that powerful, often unseen influence of partnerships shaping what you can actually achieve.
Definitely.
And the article wraps up by hammering home that comparison. Finding a great partner is as tough as finding great property. Which leaves us with a question for you, the listener, doesn't it?
What's that?
What significant properties, what major opportunities or goals are you pursuing in your life right now? And have you applied the same rigorous vetting process, those same high standards, to the partners who are on that journey with you?
Really thinking about whether their presence is doubling your odds or maybe diminishing them.
Exactly. Consider all those qualities we talked about today, the good and the bad. Punctuality, work ethic, attitude, ethics, mutual support. How do those play out in your current collaborations? And what might that mean for your own trophy hunting goals, whatever they may be?
That's definitely something worth reflecting on.